Stories about the past, murder, mayhem, solving truth or myths through the fog and the mist. Meg's Mysteries tells the tales of legends of the past, present and future, mythical stories of whodunit. Most of all, it's done for fun. Or is it?
Welcome back to Meg's Mysteries. This story is called Maple Street Murders. When TV was young and only black and white, we had many of our favorite shows. Adults and kids alike loved to view their favorite shows. Some the whole family watched together, like variety shows, mysteries and murder, some game shows, and of course family shows with family life. The kids in these shows were the little stars of TV and films. Like Shirley Temple at 3 years old, Margaret O'Brien was only 4 years old when she started. They worked so hard, and only some made it to the top. The others did suffer after they grew up, not cute anymore. They tried to keep in the spotlight as long as they could, but many slipped into oblivion and never to be seen again. The Little Rascals and our gang had a long and productive years for the owners and producers. MGM from 1922 to 1938. And we could still see the reruns. So the rich got richer and still do, and the child stars not so much. What happened to all the little darlings of the shows we loved? Did they just fade away? No, some grew up and many survived and became normal people, but some may have gone the other way. This is a fictional story of a show called Maple Street, USA, starring Benny Anderson, his brother Butch, his best friends Carly Ann, TJ, and Alice, Rodney and Patty Jean, also starring his collie named Champ. The show was a hit right from the start. The kids were only ages from 4 to 10. They worked grueling hours long into the night sometime, just to get it right. Their stage mothers made them work hard, and there was so much competition. They had to be perfect all the time. One time a reporter asked them if they loved their work. They all replied like a script, "We love it, and we're so lucky to be on this family show." But that was all rehearsed, not their true feelings. Just like other shows with kid stars, they got into funny, wholesome adventures and day-to-day family life. The writers had a new theme each week for the kids to learn, and it was hard work. Sometimes getting reprimanded in front of all. Crying is not allowed on set. They must be displayed at all times smiling and happy. Some couldn't take it and were fired and replaced. This happened on the set of Maple Street more than once. One of the youngest kids playing, Carly Ann, was replaced because she lost her front teeth. They tried to put false teeth on her, but it made her look awful, and it hurt her. The producers wanted to replace her, so they did, and a new Carly Ann was in the place. Then Butch, Benny's big brother, the oldest kid, got too big and too old, and fat, they said. They replaced him halfway through the show. His acting days were over. The others were kept on their toes by the producers and their own families. Mothers and fathers alike needed the money the kids made. Some never saw a dime and lost it all. No wonder some of them snapped. Like so many hit shows, it made people richer and the famous, but not the little stars. After being replaced or let go, due to just growing up, many had hard times ahead of them. Maple Street, USA had a long run and still making money for the owners with their repaints. The years later it all ended, and of course reruns were still on the TV, but family shows are not the same anymore. Then the murders started. The first was an old director, Mel Black. He was the cruel taskmaster. He did make a lot of money off the kids. He worked them so hard, no wonder he was the first to go. Found in his Hollywood house, really worked over, and a note, "From the gang, keep smiling no matter what." That is what he used to say to everybody, all the kids. He was left with a permanent smile drawn on his face, floating in his pool, a maple leaf floating by. It was definitely a revenge murder, and not the last. Days later, another murder victim, this time the old makeup artist, Pamela Days, who took her job too serious, pulling hair, putting on harsh makeup that burned their tender skin, always telling the kids, "Don't eat so much, you're getting too fat." She was the one who put false teeth on little Carly Ann and telling her she looked horrible without teeth. All the kids heard and saw just what she did. She even reported if they looked too old for the show. "I can't make them up to look like little angels. They're too old for the role," she would say. She still worked with makeup, but only in the store now, at the makeup department. Someone must have followed her home. She was found in her bedroom, at her vanity, staring at the mirror with a plastic creepy Halloween mask. A note, a false face for a false person, was the note. A maple leaf left on her table. The connection was Maple Street show, but which of the kids that worked on it was killing? Or was it someone else from the set? The stars are all grown up now, and the police are investigating each one of them, but they all have alibis. Some family and some regular lives, they got out of acting early. Some were just lost souls trying to make a living. But they all had each other's back and stayed in touch with the Maple Street kids. Only one made it to the top and was still making a good living. Benny, the star of the show. And he never forgot the others that made him famous. The kids and how they all were what they were put through to make the show a success. 5-year run and many were replaced, but he never forgot any of them. Now, handsome Hollywood star, and he's making his own films now, also producing many. He contacts some of the old gang and even puts them in small parts when he can. On the set of any project he makes, make sure each actor is treated well. Benny was a true friend to all he worked with, and he never forgot the little guy. He even hosted a reunion for all who worked on the show. They all came. Some he had to find. He had a private investigator look for them, the ones who fell in the cracks and fell down on their luck. At the reunion, it was bittersweet, seeing the old gang. One of the youngest was dead now. Little Alice took her own life. So sad. Drugs and a bad life, they said. After Carly Ann was replaced by a new star, little Alice was always scared she was next. She worked harder than ever, but in the end got too old for her character and let go. She never recovered from that and lost her way. Her own mother lost interest in her, and she was on her own. Got into a bad crowd, and that's what killed her. Benny took it the hardest and even paid for her funeral. All the others went on with their lives as best they could, never seeing any of the hard-earned money for the show. So who is taking revenge and why now? Are there more victims in the future? The papers are calling it the Maple Street Murders for a reason. A letter to an editor of Stars Past and Future magazine. A tell-all rag about favorite stars of the day. Gossip and stories of the rich and downfallen of many stars. Dear Editor, I read your magazine from cover to cover, but why not give the actors of the past their due? Write how we all worked hard as kids and got nothing in return. Cast out and forgotten, but we're still here, and you will hear us roar. We are not done yet. Heads will roll. Stay tuned for more. Signed, long gone but never forgotten. 2 more murder victims found. One a high-paid agent that many of the Maple Street kids had, who pushed and made their young lives murder. Now he has a taste of his own medicine. He got them to take drugs to keep them going and gave them to the stage mothers, telling them, it's all natural, it gives them an edge in this competitive world of acting. So the mothers, maybe they knew, maybe they didn't, but they just gave the drugs to their kids. He was just a drug pusher, out for the money. Who cares if he hurt the innocent children? His meal tickets. He was found overdosed in an alley by his dumpster by the apartment. But did he pay the ultimate price? He did not fare well, and he spent all the money he stole from the kids. Good riddance to old garbage was the note in his hand. Drugs for a druggie. Maple leaf left by his body by the Maple Street gang. One more to go was in the note. Who will it be? The producer was already gone, killed in a gang-related incident. He must have stepped on the wrong toes, so he was off the list. The last but not least, an old lady found in a park. One of the stage mothers, little Alice's mother herself, a mean and hard lady even then. The other kids were all scared of her, and she treated her own kid the worst, always yelling and complaining. You have to do better than that, other than the other kids, or else you'll be fired and we'll be on the street. Even putting her own kid on a diet of low carbs and water and pills. Not even on the show could she have a birthday cake that was her own. She couldn't even have nothing but water. What a horrible woman she was. It was so easy now to get our revenge. So it was no loss that she was found alone and friendless at the end. But I found her, and I told her I can help her out for old time's sake. She jumped at the offer. I found her down and out, and made her an offer she couldn't refuse. Meet me at the park and we can discuss your future. I need a full-time nanny for my child. You can meet her later on. Yes, I have a child star in the making, and I remember you always in the backstage with us. You were a force to be reckoned with. Kept us all in line. And that's what I'm looking for. My daughter is up for a great role in a TV show. She needs discipline and help to achieve her new character. And you'll do well. So we met, and I bought a bottle of champagne to seal the deal, so to speak. Sign here and cheers to a long and happy future with our new child star in the making. Then I left her sitting with the maple leaf stuck in her hair. She had guzzled it down, and the look on her face was worth all the years of waiting for a revenge. I took a picture for our scrapbook. Just like the others, I added to the collection of victims. Oh, you thought I did it on my own? What's the fun in that? We all had a share. All the child stars have passed from Maple Street, USA. We got together. I had the means and money, and they had the gumption. I told you I look out for my friends, and I did. Will we get caught? Who knows? But we were star actors, weren't we? Cover up our tracks and all had alibis for the murders on Maple Street. So far, so good. Until we meet again, there might be some more loose ends to cover up. More victims, but for now, the gang is pretty happy about it. So we're all to blame, or did they get just what they deserved? One for all and all for one was our favorite quote from the Three Musketeers. We are more than three, but we always have each other's back. I hope you enjoyed this story. Come back for more on Meg's Mysteries. Enjoy your evening.
Stories about the past, murder, mayhem, solving truth or myths through the fog and the mist. Meg's Mysteries tells the tales of legends of the past, present and future, mythical stories of whodunit. Most of all, it's done for fun. Or is it?